Chimps Plus is back. In this video, we're going to try to beat an advanced map with only a single tower and a hero. That tower today is going to be the Submarine. And I was looking at which map should we play. Well, Erosion sounds like it's terrible. Let's not do that. Sunken Columns won't work well for subs. We can move on to Spillway as a maybe. Pat's Pond is also a maybe. Peninsula is also a maybe. Decent water maps, but I think there's an easier answer here. We've got to go for the most delicious water map in the advanced section. It's off the coast. Very first question is, can you do a sub start? If you can do a sub start, it allows you to do a bunch of different hero plays. But doing a sub start is not exactly easy on every map, but sometimes it is possible. So this is actually looking okay. We're going to switch the sub back to first, get a little more targeting. We will be able to get a double sub play. Wonderful. I wasn't entirely expecting that, but now we have to pick hero. The way I look at it, there's actually three options for us. Because we can get a sub start, and because I think we can actually survive with subs for a long time, we can either play with just a standard Brickle play, because that'll give us the extra water tower power, or we could go kind of heavy on Corvus. Corvus has been able to solo one tower chimps before he got nerfed, and even though that nerf was pretty big, he's still a pretty beastly tower if you're willing to do that micro. But he's also kind of a cheater hero, and I don't know if I really want to get into him just yet. Let's try without him first. And then also Geraldo, who is just a powerhouse, has a bunch of different things he can do, and just kind of make things happen. So I think we got to go with a Brickle first and see if we can just kind of solo with the subs. In most situations, I like to do a front tower on strong and a back tower on first. That way we can pop the strongest balloons and the quickest balloons, slowing them down a little bit and just getting a little more popping power out of my strategy. And of course, in the back here, we got to get a sub that's going to be able to defend everything. And I think what I want to do is I think I'm going to go for a pretty quick advanced intel sub. But I would really like to go for Brickle first, just so I can start level. Whoa. How did it feel like he did not attack that green balloon? Alright, this one I'm going to get a longer range sub, because I am just out of range here on a lot of the area that I put him in. So I'm going to get that upgrade, which doesn't really affect us too much, but I don't know, man. This Brickle strategy is kind of important. We got to get her up as soon as possible, so we can get her up high levels as soon as possible, so we can end up powering up our subs as much as we possibly can. Any which way, if we can beat round 10, looks like we're probably going to end up with Brickle. Alright, looks good so far. Lots of group balloons near the end, though. Dang, I think this is going to be too many for us. Round 10. Alright, do I just do it? Do I buy the twin guns? Is that even going to be enough? Okay, twin guns is possible, but now I'm just setting myself up to be even further away from Brickle again. Now, this is somewhat unfortunate. We do have to think about this. Where do we put Brickle? Now, if you're looking for Brickle as an actual popping power tower, normally you put her in the front of the map because she can be put on strong, and with that gun, she can specifically snipe the stronger balloons. But my strategy will most likely have to be based more in the back of the map to defend with all my subs. So if I want to use my third tier or my level 3 ability here, I've got to make sure that I'm near most of my water monkeys. So we got to put her in a somewhat unfortunate spot right about here, and hope that that's just gonna work out for us. Hopefully. I mean, I don't love it, but it looks okay. Now, I'm not saying things are great or anything like that, but you know what? Subs are a pretty good early game tower. There's really nothing wrong with them. They do their job. They pop balloons pretty quickly and accurately, and they have a lot of good, kind of cheaper upgrades that kind of like get you going in here. So I'm really happy with my sub at this point, but I think an advanced intel will give me that almost double popping power at this point. I've got to go for it. So advanced intel sub, you are now officially mine. Wonderful. Ooh, so we should note that this does block our line of sight just a little bit, but I don't think that'll actually affect us in any real manner here. But, I mean, if we did put a sub somewhere like randomly in the middle of the map over here, I mean, that could end up causing some problems with our line of sight, so we have to be at least mildly careful of that. And, again, I think most of our subs are going to have to go over in this area. So let's see how many we can fit in the corner here before we do anything too wild. And we also think about cam detection. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. All balloons except camo. Okay, so can we get a submergent support sub? Slight change of strategy. We had to go for an 2-2 sub in the front here instead. And we also have to use quite a bit of our defense to actually survive against the amount of balloons coming out against us. But the good news is we can get a submergent support by round 24, get us that cam detection, unsubmerge this puppy, and reuse him for popping power. Now we have an angry sub ready to go. I still want to go for what I had before, which is an airburst starts with advanced intel, but I had to make this happen first. Except now we need to make sure we have lead popping power, which we do have. Yay! Alright, so I didn't mess that up this time. Alright, this just makes me feel very, very comfy. Advanced intel sub, we got lead popping power, we have the ability to get cam detection, even though it's not fantastic yet, and I think we can easily jump straight into a nuclear sub. This is not a great tower for the Moab, but it's great against literally everything else. So getting him early on allows me to focus on just kind of spamming subs for a little while, at least spamming the right subs and getting me ready to get my 5th tiers, because we have to think about this thing long term. Doesn't matter if we get to round 90 and then we just freaking lose, right? If we can't get TDD popping power, we sucked. We screwed it up. We didn't plan ahead. Oh, here we go. This is actually going to be tight. Hold on. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Submerge. Boom. All right. Nuclear sub. Perfect timing, dude. But yeah, if we screw up anything here, it's our fault. Or it just might not be possible. And that is one thing that I like to talk about when doing these videos, because I think a lot of people think that every single thing that I try to do ever is, of course, mathematically just possible. It's automatically going to be done. But there are situations that I run into, especially when I get to Chimps++ and Chimps+++, oh crap, that are just physically impossible. You cannot do it. You cannot get a hero to get going in here while also getting a tower started before you end up losing. And then you have to think about, how am I going to make that happen? Do I have to add more money to get started in here? Or do I have to make sure that I use a different hero to get started? Or what do I do to make this actually possible? Those are all real things we have to think about. Now, subs, I believe, should be powerful enough to beat the entire game, but I cannot promise you that, because I know that their weakness is generally long-term popping power. They're terrible in the late game. Sub commander falls off really easily. First strikes can only do so much damage, and even if you get something like an energizer sub, is that really going to get you that much extra popping power? I don't know. So either which way, the main thing we need to do right now is make sure we get enough popping power, which I think is necessarily in armor-piercing darts. Now, one other thing to think about here is that I don't have the ability to get any subs anywhere in this area. I really wish that I could, like, blow up this mesa and have a little bit of water pile flow over here, but it doesn't work that way. So I'm stuck with my advanced intel only being here, and I can also increase it a little bit by going here. Looks pretty good, though. I'll waste my ability just to make sure, just to confirm. All right, that's good. Now let's talk about the 3 5th tier subs. We are going to need, at the very least, Preemptive Strike and Sub Commander. Energizer sub, we can go without him, but it would be kind of nice to have him, because we will get that 50% cooldown on our water abilities. So if we get more than one first strike, just like delete some of the balloons in the front of the map, that's not a bad plan. But that's a lot of money invested just to make sure that we have a couple extra abilities in this game, and I'm not sure that that's the right call yet. So at this point, I know that I want to get the other two, so let's plan on that first. And I believe that, I want to call her Churchill, Brickle will easily get to level 20 by the time we need her. And if she doesn't, I think the Mega Mine will do enough damage at level like 18 or 19 anyways, so I'm not really like worried about that for the bad blue. Alright, I think we need at least one more. You know what, let's wait this out. I feel pretty comfy right now. I think Sub Commander is not that far away. 17 grand. If we can survive the late 40s and maybe a couple 50s, I think we got this. This is, of course, if we use our abilities, because clearly we have a weakness here. Grouped balloons. Now, don't forget our nuclear. Whoa, 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 whoa. There it goes. 47 already. Okay, so this is not working. Oh, I didn't really want to do this yet, but I believe that this is our current weakness. So we're going to go for a sub. I'm going to get a quick ballistics missile. I'm going to get that advanced intel on them as well. I want to be blowing up these balloons. All right, as quickly as I possibly can. Blow them up. Even if they're right next to me, that's fine. I got to blow them up, but this is going to be my grouped damage. The armor-piercing darts is only so good at cleaning up balloons. He's not great against the big chunks of balloons. So when we get to Moabs and stuff, there's no freaking way we're going to pop those things. And a nuclear sub in the front is something that makes sense in the early game, but then falls off once you get to Moabs. So it's like it's a hit or miss, man. We don't have anywhere in the middle of the map where we can do it. We kind of like have to put it in the front for cam detection, but not really going to be the greatest popping power for like the rest of the game, which is kind of silly. Oh, we're still struggling, man. Round 50. This should not be that difficult of a round. But again, I am fighting against the grain. I've got 20 grand saved up. I'm only 6 grand away from a tower that will absolutely devastate the balloons. So I'm going to try to push it. If I can use an ability every single round, I think that might be in order. All right, let's do this early. We're going to do it now so we can start to build it back up and use it again on 54. And then for the 53, we're going to ideally just use this other Brickle ability so we can get the group pop power out of the Moabs that are coming out. All right, so let's use that a little early as well so we can get a good build up here. Looks pretty good for 53. Didn't even really need that ability, but glad I used it. And now 54. If we can beat 54, we should be good. It's a pretty decent chunk of money here. Use it a little on the early side. You can see the overall pop and power increasing quite a bit. And Sub Commander just a few seconds away. Hey, there he goes. Sub Commander. All right, that makes me feel good. All right, now so far things have gone reasonably smooth. Advanced map with subs. Reasonable. In case you want to see the ownage sauce that we have unfolded upon these balloons, check this out. This is the BFB. Very quick pop on that thing. Not even energized. Plutonium reactor just cleans up the balloons on top of it. We got to check out round 63 as well, though. This is a big balloon round. This is the round that kills me probably more than anything else in the game for an early-ish game round. Like, of course, I lose around 98, 99, and 100 a lot, but 63 kills me way too much. All right, here we go. Reinforced mobs, no big deal. Oh, nice. We got Mega Mines crap to deal with, too. So this is looking pretty feisty. All right, 63, though. Oh, man. Okay, that went down, but I would not say that we owned. I would not say that we owned. So we talked about Brickle, and we talked about how you need to put things in her range to get all of the bonuses out of her. You also have to keep in mind that the Sub-Commander towers need to be in the range of the Sub-Commander to get those bonuses. So I believe that we should be able to get the bonuses, both Brickle and the Sub-Commander, enough. I think we can get like 5, 6, 7, even 8 subs kind of in the range of both these towers at the same time. But I would not say that I specifically positioned them in any crazy way besides I wanted to get them close to each other. All right, there was not like a very specific, like, can't put it here and here or something like that. I just wanted to make sure I can get a decent amount of water towers around us while also putting them next to each other. All right, I feel, again, pretty comfy. I don't think we're going to have to deal with anything for a long time, so what do we do? Do we build a bunch of low-tier subs? So again, don't forget, Sub-Commander is going to buff all of your subs. So at this point, it's not a bad idea to build a bunch of subs and just get a bunch of Advanced Intel, even sometimes Advanced Intel Twin Guns or Advanced Intel Airburst Dart subs, because you will get a lot of bonuses out of them. But, to be honest, you're better off going for the 5th tiers. Alright, just trust me on this. I played the game for a long time, and spamming the low-tier subs sounds fun. Use all the bonuses. But it ends up just not working right. You really need to make sure that you've got one tower that will destroy everything else, and that's gotta be middle paths up. So we already got them kind of set up here. Ballistics missile. We're going to go first strike, and we're going to go preemptive strike. It's only 31,000. It's only $21,000 away. We'll probably get that by the time we get to around 79 or so. And for the rest of the game, every single Moab, every single DDT will get instantaneously popped except for around 99. And I think that we should have enough defense with everything else kind of combined together here to pop around 99, but just note that this is not an all-powerful DDT popper. It's just an almost all-powerful DDT popper. All right, balloons are starting to sneak through at this point, but not a crazy amount, only about halfway through the map. But know that Sub-Commander is starting to fall off a little bit, and we do need to start supporting him with those other extra subs. Gotta get this thing first. Gotta get it first. All right, we got some tough rounds coming up in here, but we have not been using a lot of our abilities. Don't forget that all of these abilities are like a huge burst of popping power for us. First Strike can insta-kill anything big, even this, oh my god. Mega Mine can do anything big, and crap tons of residual damage kind of all around it, but you might end up with too many balloons on the screen, which is actually a problem if you have a weak balloon popping power. It's kind of what our weakness is. And then, of course, this ability right here, which is the key to our total strategy. If you can use Naval Tactics, is that the name of it, Naval Tactics? Pretty sure, Naval Tactics. Every single round, you're pretty much guaranteed a victory. But the issue is, you can't always use it every single round. Sometimes you mistime it or misuse it, and you know what? That entire 40 minutes of gameplay to get to round 99 can just be wasted. Gone. Just like that. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to Mega Mine some BFBs. I'm going to actually just try to first strike them. We got round 76 here. I believe that I'm going to use this right away around 76 because I don't want to deal with regens. Looks pretty good. A bit of a waste to just go from 0 abilities to all of our abilities at once, but I feel like those are the tough rounds for me. And we're only $7,000 away from preemptive strike. I feel like it's going to happen any second now. Oh, any minute now. Exactly 2 minutes from now, I guess. But nothing crazy is coming out soon. Got some decent chunks of ceramics, but I don't think I'm afraid of that. Should we first strike it just to do it? Oh my god, the first strike did like nothing. You know, I know the first strike like obviously can pop Moabs, BFBs, and oh my gods and stuff pretty well, but it's really bad against balloons. That, like, feels like it should have just kind of obliterated a big chunk of balloons right there. But it didn't. I don't really understand if it's like a really low pierce or something like that. I don't know. Okay, $2,000 away. We got our abilities back. We're going to just waste it again, use that ability, and we do survive. And I'm glad this Plutonium Reactor was able to decamo every single balloon that went through. All right, Preemptive Strike is up. Now that is the key to our victory. Don't forget, Sub Commander powers up all of your subs, but he also powers up the Preemptive Strike. Even the Preemptive Strike's First Strike extra ability, or Preemptive Strike ability, I guess. And that's going to matter for us. That's going to help us pop the other DDTs pretty well. But again, you have to remember, he's got to be in range. All right, so what do we do at this point? Now, this is where I was a little confused. Realistically, I think we're best off probably building a bunch of subs. But we might, just maybe, be better off by building an Energizer sub and then spamming First Strike subs, or even just third-tier subs. It's such a weird strategy, but that's our weakness. It's going to be the general grouped balloons overall, not the strong balloons. It's going to be all the crazy ceramics coming through us. Sub Commander can only last for so long. So, because I'm confused, I'm going to wait until we die. All right, now the good news is, at this point, Ninja Kiwi has updated the game, so Chimps, if I lose, I can retry the last round, but I cannot go back 2 rounds if I make the mistake of buying this Energizer sub, and then I find it to be useless later on. Well, I've screwed up my entire game. I've got to restart, dude. I know it sucks, but it's just the way the game's got to be played. So, here we go. Round 84 right now. Balloons are still going down pretty well. Preemptive Strike doing a good job. Sub Commander barely hanging on. Don't need to use any abilities yet. And, I don't know, it just makes me feel good. I feel like that's exactly what I want to see out of my defense. And I get First Strike through this. Oh my god, delicious. I mean, this is still just going really well for having $33,000 left over and playing on a pretty tough map with only 4 towers on the screen right now. 5 towers. 5 towers. A base sub. Can't forget about him. 4 and a 10th towers on the screen right now. Here we go, round 87. Let's First Strike that crap. Don't even need to use our other abilities here. I think we're good. Yeah. Looks good to me, man. Delicious. All right, we got DDTs coming up again. I'm not afraid of them, though. Preemptive Strike is our answer to those things. So what's going to kill us? It's got to be group balloons, just in general. It's just a huge chunk of balloons. So we're going to see what happens on around 92 and 94 and kind of gauge what we have to do at that point. One of the things that I have to remember is that Brickle, I actually am not 100% sure that she will reach, oh gosh, that she will reach level 20 by the end of the game. I think she does, but I'm not 100% sure. So here we go. I'm going to blow these guys up. I'm going to use both of my abilities here, and I'm going to hope that this can carry me through a couple of these tougher balloons, but DDT should be good. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Dead. So I, of course, don't want to put my Energizer over here. I want to build a new one. So I'm going to have to build another sub in the corner here. And I think I would build it over here to pop the last bit of balloons on the very back of the screen. All right, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure we're in range of Sub Commander, also in range of Brickle. I'm just going to do it, dude. I'm just going to do it. I can't... Energizer! Yo, pop the balloons, bro! Oh my god, we're still alive! Use the abilities! Holy crap, we survived round 91 with an Energizer. Oh, but dang, was that dangerous! Okay, so Brickle is getting her levels. These are the biggest experience levels in the game. I'm still thinking she's going to reach level 20. But you can tell these reinforced ceramics are just freaking powerful, dude. So we're going to have to get those other subs. Now, at this point, does not matter. Just make sure you're in range of both your towers. Get, at the very least, advanced intel subs. Okay, at the very least. It's just totally worth it. Get more projectiles on the screen. You can see the popping power out of this guy. It's kind of absurd for a decent amount of money that we spend on him. The lowly amount of money that we spend on them. There we go, another advanced intel sub, and I got 4 of them. Let's at least go Air Starts on them. Air Starts, and I'm going to do one of them. Even though this seems a little bit silly, I'm going to do one of them Heat Tip Darts. Okay. I'm not sure if I want to go Ballistics Missile on them or not. I'm not sure if I want to go First Strikes yet. But, oh, this one's not in range? I think it is in range. Maybe. Maybe I should just build another one. Does it matter? It doesn't matter until I get the 4th tier. All right, we're going to go for one more Ballistics Missile, and then I'm just going to buy him. I'm going to go for Let's wait it out. Let's wait it out. I have, like, almost no money anyways, so we'll wait until something really crappy happens. All right, we get a big Mega Mine here. We're going to blow up a lot of... Oh, my gods. We don't want to blow up too many, though. If we blow up too many all at once, we actually can cause more problems for us. We get a big ability flowing. That's going to take down a lot of the balloons, and we're going to get it back for around 95 easily, and some of the biggest balloon rounds in the game have been taken down. Woo! This is getting obviously pretty scary at this point, but I'm not that afraid. I believe this might actually be possible at our first try. I was thinking we're going to have to go back and play with Corvus and go back and play with Geraldo and, like, get all the stuff done, but no. If we micro and buy the right towers properly, we might be good. Right here, right now. All right, 95. Tough round normally. Easily taken down. We got a crap ton of balloons right here. We're going to try to blow up. Oh, that was a bad blow up. That was a bad blow up. Are we going to use our ability here kind of early? But there's a lot of balloons on the screen, so it, like, didn't feel that bad to use it that early. And we got use all my gods here, but I think I might just wait this out. I don't think I need to use any of my abilities. We'll save them for around 97. Try to get them for around 98 as well. We got some money to work with. So we talked about this earlier, but a second first strike ability might not be a bad idea. And the reason why is because we can get these abilities back even faster than before. So blowing some stuff up maybe 4 times around and then knowing that we got the bad popping power is not a bad way to play the game. Plus, ballistic missiles aren't bad either. And then we can also get airburst darts or advanced intel on them if we want to. All right, looks pretty good. I'm going to go for one more sub, I think, up to advanced intel. And I'll get the bottom path here. Airburst darts. All right, let's just try to beat these guys by themselves. We got a lot of projectiles now. We should be all right. They're pretty slow. We get to pop kind of one at a time here, which is kind of nice. Reinforced ceramics, normally kind of dangerous, but there's not that many of them. All right, another big Oh my God here, but he's near the back of the screen. I don't want to waste my abilities. I would retry if we were going to lose. I could first strike it, but it's just not, it's not worth it. All right, so this time around, what we're going to do is we're going to use our first strike. Kablamo. We're going to take down at least the Oh my God layer, and I'm going to use another one. Kablamo. Take that thing down, and we should get him back by the time we get to around 98 here, but you can see the cooldown on these things. Way quicker. But actually, it did not help us out as much as you might imagine, because again, fast balloons. All right, here we go. We're going to go for a quick Mega Mine here. I'm going to go for a pretty quick first strike. Kill some of these Oh my Gods. I'm going to use my mines a little early here, so when we can get down to these ceramics, we can use those things properly. I'm going to go for another first strike just to take some of these balloons down. And then I'm going to use it. I would love to have gotten it back just a little bit quicker, but actually, it might be okay. I'm going to use another first strike. Just blow up some of these balloons. I'll use I'll wait on the Mega Mine. In fact, you know what? Let's do something crazy. Let's set up the Mega Mine for around 99. I got this ability back again, so if you really need it, I can use it. But I'd rather not. Oh, it's going to be really tight. Round 98 near the back of the map. You know what? I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it, even though it's going to overlap into round 99 here. DDT's mostly going to go down. There we go. Looks good. We take down all the DDTs. And now all we got to do is take down that bad. Do we have enough money for the first strike? Oh, we do. Oh, that makes me feel so good. Check this out. I think we can own it in like 1 second here. I don't know if this combines well, but let's just go. Boom, boom. And we take down the DDTs. We take down the Oh my God. And there's one last balloon to go. And with subs only, we easily womp. Chimps mode, even on advanced maps. Dang, dude, that felt good. And Brickle just reached level 20, so I probably should have got my Energizer a little bit quicker. Now, if you're looking for the Monkey Star here, this is actually quite interesting. We've got a whopper here. Preemptive strike of 1.16 million pops. More than half the entirety of the pops in the game from a single preemptive strike. That actually blows my mind a little bit, because Sub-Commander's been around for a lot longer and only got 500,000. So less than half of what this guy got. And then Brickle didn't do as much. And we didn't even need the extra Mega Mine damage. Hey, I'm pretty happy. If you guys are happy, press that like button. Make sure you subscribe and hit this button right here, this purple juicy button, and type in the sweetest letters in the world, SJB.